When the sovereign dies, and if you are alive and healthy, will you become king?
I would certainly imagine so. I mean, it's not going to be because I'm going to say I'm not going to do it. As far as I'm concerned, in the ordinary course of events, that is what would happen. And I mean, all my life, I've been brought up, you know, to, as I say, to do my utmost and to try and carry out my duty to the country and to everybody else as well as possible.
I'm going to stop you there. I'm so sorry, because I can just squeeze in one more caller in London. Hello.
Hello, my name is Mr. Abui, Bob Abui. Am I through to Prince Charles?
Yes.
God bless you, Your Royal Highness. I'm indeed most honoured to be speaking to you on the telephone, and a very good afternoon to you as well, Jonathan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Any Answers.
Thank you, Bob Abui. Excuse me, I've got a hair stuck down my throat. I spent all night with Princess Diana.
What do you mean?
Sorry, it's a very bad line. The actual question I want to put to His Royal Highness is, Baba Booey, do you think, Baba Booey, you'll ever get to be King of England?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Well, I believe very strongly that the House of Windsor and your throne will be challenged by an underendowed American gentleman very, very soon. That's my theory.
When you say very soon, what do you mean?
Well, I say very soon, and I speak with some authority. I am an Earl and an OBE, that makes me an earlobe. And speaking as the British ambassador to Howard Stern, I can announce that Mr. Stern will not only be governor of New York, he'll become the King of England next.
What makes you say that? I mean, if you look, for instance...
Baba Booey makes me say it. Baba Booey, Princess Diana screws the Elephant Man with the Queen Mother watching, and they do it with corn.
Rupert Taverner from just outside Aldershot, Hampshire.
Hello, Jonathan and Your Royal Highness. I'd just like to say that I thought that last caller was an absolute disgrace. And do calls like that upset you?
No, that sort of question, you know, is very much... You can't avoid it with something of this unfortunate nature.
People like that are a nuisance. My question is, why don't you stick your head up a dead bear's you big-eared git?
Let's go to Liverpool and Rita Bowen next.
That's how every old school Stern show used to start, with that
so
cold
beautiful.
open like that. You just out of nowhere, a prank call would just start playing like, whoa, at 5:57 a.m.
Just amazing. But you know, we have to take a second because you know, poor Bon Jovial is a subject of the Queen, and
indeed. Bow to the Prince of Putrescence.
Now he's King Big Ears.
So greetings, everyone. Welcome to RadioGunk. I know I look a little bit different. I'm on a laptop tonight, so of course I'm going to constantly keep adjusting myself because I feel like I
keep adjusting myself too, but you can't see
I
it.
knew it was coming.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm on a hostage video and I'm all washed out and everything, and
he's treating us good.
I can't do anything about it. So
I'd like to give out a shout out to Ray and Big Stevie.
And I have my Baba Booey collection behind me. So yeah. So I'm sitting here. Is my sound okay? Do I sound too loud?
Yeah, you do sound good.
I sound good or loud?
Sound good.
Pardon my Francois, but you sound like a roustabout.
Keep on.
My favorite British nomenclature is roustabout. Our friend Nick in the Deppening thread. It means a commoner. It means a laborer. It just means like some grunt labor. It's the most reductive, pretentious. You sound a bit like a roustabout to me.
the best, and I'm sure they're all dated at this point, is A Clockwork Orange, where all the little, no time for the in and out, lads.
Okay, all right. So Dat 68. Did you tell Bond the Queen died? Has he made a 30-minute?
It hasn't circled around the world yet.
He texted me at 9:00 his time the day after we did our first podcast for the week to let me know the Queen had died. I'm like, Bond, no shit. Like, no shit. So, okay, because I'm working a little sketchy, well, for the next like week or so. So pardon me. Hopefully our sound is good. I was having a little issue with getting all of the clips up and running. So Xavier's going to help out with that. I have the videos and the pictures, and he has the clips. So we're going to discuss today's show. Today is Monday, September 16th. Monday? Yeah.
It is Monday.
Yeah. Monday,
Night
September
Football's
16th.
on right now.
Yeah, sorry that you're not watching
watching it.
the Broncos and the
So far, Wilson is
The
sucking.
neon green people.
the
Seahawks.
other ones. Seahawks. Right. And they're at Seahawks?
They're at
Yes.
They're at Seahawks. Yes,
Someone has a sense of
grammar.
humor.
Nice grammar,
Gino.
Monique. They're in Seattle. They're not at
They're in
quote,
Seattle.
Seahawks.
And they're indeed at Seahawks.
And Gino is quarterbacking.
You know,
So
just by process of elimination with the queen dead, so that makes Howard top 3 queens left living, right? As far as seniority.
Yes, actually, he's not part of the royal queens. He's just a queenie queen.
Just a queen.
Queen's a queen, right?
Just a queen. I mean, if you guys think I look okay on this, I feel like I look like
Oh my God, no!
normal
Please
self.
think you
adjust
look
yourself
great.
20 more times. Please do.
so
You look
crazy.
fine. You look actually.
All right,
the lighting helped. You look awesome. You look awesome.
Yeah, I put the big light on.
Oh,
the
no,
light
no,
I
no, no. I
installed.
disagree. You look like JJ from What's Happening.
Oh, fuck you.
Please adjust the light again. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. Up and down. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh.
Slower.
Oh, idiots. Jesus Christ, I work with idiots.
Every show's the first show. Have we mentioned
Yes,
that?
exactly.
Like a young
Greetings.
Christina Brown.
I look like a young Christina Brown. 5 shades lighter, but okay. I'll give you that. Okay, so let's talk about today's show, shall we? So let's talk about the fact that Krusty was on. I did not take any clips from Krusty the Clown, who was on later on in the day, who's looking more and more manly.
Krusty the Clown, as in Simpsons?
As in Rosie O'Donnell. And,
that
okay.
dude. I turned it off. I didn't listen to any of that dude.
Yeah. She
clang,
really,
clang with the trolley.
She's a little foul to me. Like
You think?
What's the point of her being on anything at this point?
I don't know.
What was she promoting?
I don't know.
Besides diabetes.
Oh, some new show she's on. What was it?
I thought it got canceled. It's just because him and Howard, or Herman Howard, have the same kind of really ridiculous mindset, so they can sit there and
be miserable. Like I was telling Mo earlier today, the fact that they say she's in studio is funny to me because he's not in studio.
She's in studio. He's not.
He's not. Right.
It's so weird because she's sitting on like a sole chair in the middle of this studio that has nothing else in it, and with a mic. That's it. It's just her on a chair. No. It's weirder than that because she's actually in the studio. So they do like a full picture of like the studio, her in the chair and with her like water next to her, all by herself with nothing else around her. No furniture, no anything.
Steve Martin and Martin Short were the weirdest.
How many jelly beans? That's right, Hooper.
In the studio.
Wait, right there.
You said
that's it right
this
there.
Morning.
There's the jelly beans.
Oh, that's right.
I
almost went after.
And that's when she was pretty in a Rose McGowan sort of way.
Yes. Yes. Ooga.
Jesus.
Ooga. That black Irish, so sexy. Okay, so today's show was kind of weird, but it was really Howard kind of quadrupling down on the not coming into the office thing. Although he did happen to mention that he may in fact be coming into the office. What is that? What are you got working on?
I have on call since 1619.
Yeah,
oh, so that's like a doctor's mask. That's like a doctor's plague mask.
Plague doctor. For Howard.
Wow. Oh, okay. Well, okay. All right. So we're gonna get the show started, I guess. Now.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, and
live from New York. It's
RadioGunk. Okay, so we're gonna start. Javier, will you go to the clip that says what did I say what the first clip was? Howard
Beth
upset that
COVID.
Robin went to concert.
Okie dokie. Do. Robin explains COVID. Robin gives it up. No. I don't have Robin Goes to Concert.
Oh my God, you totally do.
You mean the
Howard
the video?
upset? No, Howard upset Robin went to concert.
There is a video of it. There's an actual. Did you see that, Monique? There was a thread of Eddie Vedder did a shout out.
Okay.
A
You
company man
said
shout out.
You said one thing instead of the others.
I said Howard upset Robin.
No, you said Robin. No. Okay, ready to go. Do.
Give a little bit. It's the first time.
Give a little bit of my life for you.
Do you have it?
Ready to go.
Oh, you ready to go? Okay, awesome. All right, we are ready to go, sirs. So I'm going to add it to the stream, but you know what? It doesn't have to be there. You can just play it and make sure the volume is low.
And 3, 2, 1.
Guess your mic's not on.
Dear. Did I come on?
Pretty unprofessional. Robin all excited because I saw she was at the Pearl Jam concert that SiriusXM threw over at the old Apollo Theater, and she was being feted by Eddie Vedder himself. I got sent a picture Saturday night. I almost blew my stack. Robin standing there without a mask next to Eddie Vedder taking pictures. And I'm like, well, I guess someone isn't immunocompromised, I guess.
Wait a minute. Is my mic on now?
Let's stop it there for a second. So why is he saying the immunocompromised?
So just so you can all see what Robin looked like while
cancer?
she was at the concert.
Let
me give you another picture.
Dang.
I'm sorry, I quite laugh.
There's Robin at the concert.
Look at this sea of white people.
Eddie
How about
Vedder
the
did
irony?
No
to
joke.
her.
She looks like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Swear to God,
I don't know what to say, you guys.
No,
So
how about the irony? How about
probably...
the irony? Robin's an Uncle Tom in the Apollo Theater. Look at this.
Oh, she's the only one. She is
the
token.
Apollo Theater. Look at this sea of white people.
Which is bizarre considering it's the Apollo Theater when you're thinking about it.
Well, think about who's playing there. Like the whitest band ever.
The whitest of the white bands. With the dyest of the dyed fucking mustaches. He looked like shit, by the way, Eddie Vedder.
Black people can't get into a Knicks game and they can't get into the Apollo Theater anymore.
They should have done a rendition of Alive with Robin in it. Oh, Robin's still alive. Dun, 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 dun.
So standing next to Robin would be Gary Dell'Ufficio and his son, not Jackson, the other one.
That's
Lucas. His son?
That's
his son, yeah. In 1988.
I thought that was like some construction guy in his 60s.
No, that's Lucas. Lucas is a giant.
That's a rough.
Yeah,
that's
rough.
Lucas.
That's
Lucas?
That's Lucas. That's Lucas. That's Lucas.
Dang, dude.
That's Lucas.
That's a rough 25?
I don't know what he is. Is he the one who works for Netflix?
Yeah,
he's
Jackson.
Lucas is the DJ.
Oh, Lucas is the DJ. Right.
Well, that's a tough life.
Yeah. He's got
let him on stage, Pearl Jam, and let him spin some Skrillex.
Oh no, Baba Booey got to get a tambourine and play the tambourine in the audience.
Wait,
Josie and the Pussycat.
You gotta wonder. How does Eddie Vedder know which one Robin in the crowd is?
I don't know.
Clearly, she's the only one with a mask.
Where's Zoss Rapin?
Zoss Rapin's there, just not sitting right next to them. There's a picture of him with the crew. He's invited to a paper bag. He goes. Yeah, that's always the case. Xavier,
dude.
If you'd
What's
like
the point of this concert?
What
was the point of this concert? Actually,
it was a SiriusXM live concert thing. You know the way they do those things every
time.
Paul
McCartney did that.
The elite people at Sirius, not for the fans.
It's okay. Can we acknowledge the fact that Sirius is probably just a money laundering fucking racket?
Absolutely.
How the fuck do they afford all this shit?
I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Don't know.
Well, when you cut out, Pat McAfee, you can afford it.
I don't know.
McAfee's money.
So I don't know.
I don't know if anybody watched football yesterday, but like they aired repeatedly the Conan O'Brien new Sirius commercials.
Because he's the shiny new toy, so of course he's going to be the guy that they're promoting.
They were pretty funny, but it's just
ton of money for him.
Well, are you talking about the round table with Alanis Morissette, Alice Cooper, and there's a picture of Kevin Hart on the wall. We should get that and watch it, Monique. Howard,
is it a life-size picture?
They act like
no
Kevin
mention of
Hart's
Howard ever in those commercials.
Yeah, in the commercial they act like Kevin Hart's the face of Sirius.
So I do have to say one thing though. Blobbin's wig, it actually almost looks normal.
There is no wig. It's a do-rag. What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought it was a wig.
No, it's a do-rag.
No, she's not wearing a wig. She's wearing a do-rag.
It's like a hand
I thought it was.
do-rag.
I thought it was like, oh, okay. It is a. Oh my god. So she's not even giving a shit.
Do-rag.
Not giving a shit. Okay.
No fucks were given.
Not a fuck was given. Okay.
Not a single fuck was given. So yeah, Xavier, if you can go to the next clip, which ties into this, which is where Robin explains the COVID testing protocol.
Absolutely. Coming
up. So happy.
Yes, to Master. A Bret Michaels schmata. Stephen Van Zandt, Bret Michaels schmata. Yes.
Schmata.
Great word, too, Master. That's what she has.
Dude, it's
now,
which one's Robin? There's literally nobody there born before the 70s.
Oh, you're so cute. All right, you ready?
Yes, and play 3, 2.
I'm tempted to turn it off. I'm so upset with you. You are unbelievable.
First of all, let me say, when I got the invitation, I was like, well, how do they protect the band?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I couldn't add to the stream while the stream was on.
Can you play it again? Carted into an area and tested.
Rewind it and ready? 3, 2.
You don't even have to roll
I'm
it
tempted
down.
to turn it off. I'm so upset with you. You are unbelievable.
First of all, let me say, when I got the invitation, I was like, well, how do they protect the band? What are they just letting people walk in? These people have to stay on tour. We were all carted into an area and tested before we could even go into that area. And I had a little band, a wristband on that said verified because I had been tested and I was negative. So only people in that room were negative.
Yeah. At the end of the clip.
Wouldn't it be weird if someone named Jeremy tested positive and they had to say Jeremy's positive today?
No, that's not really even funny. Mr. Juchin says, don't forget, at the Apollo, the PA sound system blew at song number 5. It took 30 minutes to fix. Eddie sung a song with no speakers. It hurt the momentum of the show.
Oh, sorry. We had this thing cranked up to James Brown.
Exactly.
So, Beanie Mac corrected us.
It's a man's world.
Beanie Mac corrected us. That's not a do-rag. That was a bonnet.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Mahadi.
Okay. Don't know that. Okay, a do-rag is the one that ties around the head, right? And then ties in the back.
Has anyone here been to a concert in the last 2 years besides Rachel Fine at Giggle Waters?
I went to a concert. I went to.
Is that the protocol?
No.
Or is that's Howard Neurosis trying to qualify Howard's COVID hysteria by doing.
That's a curious thing because I don't see anybody else with those wristbands on. I kind of feel like maybe if you're immunocompromised, maybe they allowed you to do that. But I went to like 2 things down in Florida. I had the best time. I didn't get tested once. Tiger Lily says, I love that people still believe that testing shit. They could be all positive, test negative at that moment. Howard is never coming out again. I have a bunch of clips relating to that. I did want to interject into
show today.
Yeah, I want to interject into this moment. Just a fabulous time. Hold on one second.
I'd like to dedicate this one to all the DJs out there, all the radio programs.
All the DJs out there. Sure, because you know what? Nobody else gets invited to this shit except for the people that work at Sirius.
You got to play that.
So I guess that
I'm gonna go.
On fire clip later.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
of course she is. Look at him.
And especially a guy called Gary and a guy called Howard.
They were mentioned Gary first.
Named Robin, who I got to meet tonight for the first time. I've been loving her voice for so many years, and I'm just joining all the other millions.
Dude, that mustache.
Robin, I just live to hear you laugh. I think Howard's funny. I really do.
His voice is so
But the
weird.
part
He sounds like
that makes me
shit.
laugh is
God.
I love the sound of your voice.
Okay.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. It's Beetlejuice, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just happy we get to see Lucas Delabate in 4K.
Delicious.
Thank you,
Oh,
Lauren Marie.
delicious.
Lauren lives in upstate New York, Monique, and she's been to 3 concerts and no COVID checks whatsoever. So it's not even a state thing.
I don't even understand the protocol.
Can we appreciate the fact that Eddie Vedder's mustache is the same Batman mustache that Ronnie had?
It's a total 70s porn stash. It's dyed. Absolutely. It's a dyed porn
maybe
stash.
just for men, it's dye.
It's just horrible.
It's like shoe polish.
Do we stop here? Do they have any credibility left that this dude is like fucking dyeing a 70s porn stash? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
how hardcore are you if you're dyeing your mustache? Seriously.
I know, dude. It's like what happened to grunge, bro.
It's the Robert Smith disease. You know, they feel like they need to stay young and they need to stay relevant.
The gray facial hair, just shave it. You look like a fucking idiot.
Jesus Christ.
Just shave it. Let me just
or embrace it.
Let me just add another little tidbit to the whole thing. Just all these callbacks are delicious.
That's what professional organizations do. We say to them, what do you need?
Wow.
Here's what we think we can offer. Eddie Vedder's never done my show. I talk more about Pearl Jam, again, more than Jon Stewart, more than David Letterman, more than Jimmy Kimmel. Eddie Vedder, no, we can't get him. What do you mean we can't get him? We know Natalie Maine, she's a friend of the court. Let's get the materials to Natalie and say, would you pass these on?
The pamphlets, the materials.
Play tape of me on the air talking about Eddie singing along to Jeremy Spoke. Show it to me.
It never gets old.
Never gets old.
The lead singer of Soundgarden.
That lead singer doesn't even know his name.
Sit down and think this through.
That's what killed Chris Cornell right there.
And we're going to be doing that in 2013.
And we're going
to
do you think someone went up to Pearl Jam and said, "Hey, have you accepted Howard Stern as your Lord and Savior?"
No, I don't think anybody has said that to him. It really is the most douchey thing. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pamphlets.
Pamphlets. Yes. Howard loves Jeremy Spoke. He's got to come.
Jeremy Spoke.
I bet that's the only song he knows from Pearl Jam.
Link in that band. So true.
There's so many embarrassing douche chill moments in that Pelican Brief, but I think for at least I would say half the people would probably that would be that or a friend of the court or Sturkshire. I think it's a toss up with those things, but that Jeremy Spoke might be everybody's douche chill moment of the whole. And
absolutely,
it's endless.
It's the gift that keeps giving. It really is.
You can watch it over and over
and over and over. There's just certain things that Jeremy Spoke is just one of those things, along with the typos and everything else. The shit show that was it's just delicious.
Jokes on us. They did get Eddie Vedder, kind of.
Exactly.
Sort of,
He taught us a lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
You whippersnappers.
Really
I want someone to send Pearl Jam a Western Union. Get him on our show post case.
They had to give him his own channel in order to get him on the show,
and he still didn't get him on the show. They're just playing clips from the fucking concert.
Beanie Mac, you are right. The Pelican Brief is the magnum opus for sure. And one day, you guys. All right, listen. Can you go? Can you go to the clip that says
oh, where in the world can my clip be? The law took it away from me.
Oh my!
Is it in Gary page 2 in
yeah?
red?
Can you go to Robin's given up? I'm still in the bunker. So Howard,
yes, ma'am.
So Howard basically just keeps doubling and tripling down on the fact that how dare Robin go out? How dare somebody who, has had cancer? How dare somebody who's
Someone who's been my
immunocompromised
racial beard for all these
go
years
out?
betrayed
And,
me.
Robin basically was saying, I got to live my fucking life, dude. Like I
Dude,
literally
die
have to,
soon.
get out of my house and do something with myself and make things meaningful. And so that's what
She's only got days
decided.
left. Let's be honest.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Like she doesn't have to worry about her next visa bill,
She doesn't have to worry about renewing her passport.
No,
Passport,
oh God,
shit.
no.
All right, go for it.
Renewing the tags on our car.
I said to Beth on Saturday night, I go, look at Robin. I go, I got so upset. I just went, yeah, she's given up. Now she's out and about. I was very upset. I am still in my bunker.
Naturally.
Did you get the new vaccine yet? The new bivalent? Yeah, me neither. That's upstairs working on that right now. We're going to get over to CVS.
Is she making a new batch? Can I get some?
No, we're going to get I said, what do you have to ask for? Updated bivalent vaccine. Once I get that, I might come out of my house. I might start socializing.
Yeah.
Beth?
Yeah. That's it, right, babe? Okay.
One of the staff's primary goals now is to give I would think, and it appears to, they give Howard COVID cases in their own personal lives all over the place, so that it qualifies him staying home. So it's like, oh, I had this cousin who was in it. So it just that's a great way to ingratiate yourself with Howard, is to report that COVID is still a thing, and I know someone who. So it just gives him an excuse.
I know somebody who. That's what.
I know somebody who.
His biggest thing is that he thinks he's going to get COVID brain fog.
Yes,
that's what he thinks.
That day, how the excitement in his voice when COVID started, he loved it. He loved every second of it. He never wanted it to end, and we knew it the day it started. He was never going.
It's like Cartman at this point.
Yes,
yes.
He really is.
Analogy.
Hey, and the funny thing is, it's like I took care of myself for 2.5 years, and I had a girlfriend come visit me from the city, and like 5 days later, as you know, I had COVID. But you know what? I was legit done in 4 days. Like it wasn't even like a flu. I've had worse flus. Like I've had worse, just getting something from holding on to, the train pole or something. What?
After last week's revelation that he lied about One-Eyed Pete for 40 years.
Oh yeah.
What credibility can he possibly have at this point? This whole
Benny Eyeball?
No, One-Eyed Pete. He
100%. That's a good one.
Could just he has no credibility anymore. So this could just be 100% about him not wanting to fucking ever go to work.
So him
again.
lying about Ben's eye lost his credibility.
Well,
Nothing else lost it.
Well, any idiot that still believed him, that's completely gone. So I mean,
oh my God, we've been doing this show for how many years?
100%.
I think we've stopped believing him a long time ago.
He's been crowing about wanting to do one of these easy fucking money for easy money type of shows. What, it doesn't get easier than this. He can get it. He's not going to give it up.
No, there's nothing to take away from the show anymore except to stay home. But again, if he comes into the studio, do you guys honestly say it'll never get? So he goes to the studio. It's not going to get better. The show is as bad as him and the Hamptons. It would be
we're gonna talk about that.
Want him there. I wouldn't want him there.
This is part of his big conversation about what he's doing and what his
goals
what
are.
his game plan is. So
yeah,
I do want to talk about Beth a little bit, and I really want to talk about her anorexia. I want to just make sure we're done.
Pretty bad, isn't it?
Pearl Jam.
By the way, before you get the anorexia, I just want to float this by you before you talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think it was Gat Girl or Tiger Lily or someone that said, I think Adderall is a big part of Beth's life. I think she hits all the criteria of the appetite stuff. She hits every.
You guys are so cute. That is so. Adderall is so 2008. Like I'm not even joking.
2008.
And I'm gonna tell you all.
18.
I'm gonna tell you all the secret. Okay, as soon as we start doing the clips of how Benji's losing all that weight and how Robin's losing all that weight, I'm gonna tell you the secret because I know.
She don't lie. She don't lie. She don't lie.
No. Okay, it's not that either. But I'm gonna tell you the secret when we start when we start playing the clips, and I think Beefus just lives with a psychotic hypochondriac anorexic and feels like she needs to compete with him in order to stay afloat.
Keep up
But
the persona.
Benji, Robin losing 40 pounds, all this shit, there's no Weight Watchers going on here.
Robin's losing weight because of cancer. That's why.
Do you think so? I mean, because she looks okay.
No. She has.
Wait, that looked okay?
No. On air, losing 40 pounds.
They're pumping her full of shit
still
to keep
looks
her alive.
Normal. I don't know.
Lots of
but I'm
steroids,
gonna tell you the diet secret. We're gonna get to it, but let's just talk about.
You have your breakfast on a mirror.
No. None of this is important anymore. I'm telling you, and you're gonna know the secret momentarily.
Right. If it is, I need to lose weight.
You know what?
Weeks.
To be honest, I think Beth looks fat.
Well, from the waist down,
she could lose 10 pounds easily.
You guys are insane. So I must be like a giant fucking monster if Beth looks fat to you. I mean, the bones on her, the chest bones. I mean, just from the waist.
She looks like white man's Mel Carter.
Oh my god, you're absolutely insane. So let's see. Let's just go to something. Let's real quickly. Let's wrap up with the whole Pearl Jam thing. And can you go to just Robin met Jennifer Witz? Just so we can finish it up. I don't know why I even cut that clip, but it was just interesting that nobody in the crew has ever met Jennifer Witz, and this is her first time meeting her.
Well, of course. How's Howard going to meet her when he's like?
Yes, I'm going to segue into a green tea pyramid scheme.
I don't think Howard met Scott Greenstein.
I like Azores. Azores says Beefus weight loss is due to water loss from crying herself to sleep at night.
Oh my god, the girl doesn't eat. She's literally anorexic. She loves when people say eat a fucking sandwich.
Fatty.
She loves when people say
fat, fatty, fatty, boombalatti, fat, fatty, fatty, boombalatti.
Remember, it's strong polar stop. It's gonna be
okay. Will
big.
You please just play? You know what it is? She does have big bones. Will you play
yes, I sat next to Lucas Delabate.
Oh,
actually, yes, I was very honored.
Very nice. Very nice.
And I got to meet Jennifer Witz. I'd never met the woman who runs Sirius. So that was fun too. She's great.
Woo. I'm sure she is.
She's great.
That was a waste of technology.
Mo, let's see that dumper.
That's high pitch Eric's.
Shall I get up?
Eric the midget.
Shall I get up?
I'm gonna touch
Really? I'm not
You're
gonna
really
do
gonna
that.
do
Silly.
I
Silly.
don't get called cute. I don't have people do lewd things.
Silly. Okay, so let's talk about now wait, before I do anything, should I segue into one of John's clips about Pearl Jam?
With the
Pearl Jam and Sony, since we're still on Pearl Jam.
Well, that's a flashback to it's Pearl Jam and Sony sent Howard a cease and desist letter in the late '90s for playing their album before it was released, and that was a huge and the executive called in. So I don't know if you want to wait play at the end of the show or if it fits into
Well, if it's
the flow.
now, since we're finishing with Pearl Jam, we might as well.
We're kind of in that realm.
We're in that space. We're in that space. So okay, let me just figure.
So we're not going to talk about Beth being fat and resembling Charles Barkley.
Yes, just momentarily though. Okay, so let's just hang on. Let's just go to Pearl Jam just really quick.
Until we get you a cease and desist, either that or buy every radio station in America, so it's not a pain in the ass to us.
I'm so proud of myself that I have an album that nobody else has, and like I'm actually causing a problem.
Are you really upset?
I am very upset because I have to deal with your competitors who will absolutely torture me.
Who is this on the phone, John?
This is an executive from Sony. Pearl Jam's album's not out. Somebody leaked it to Howard. It's the night. I forget the name of it. It's 1996, and so Howard gave it to Grillo. Grillo copied the album and was spreading it around to his friends. I was bragging about it on the air. And the Sony executive called in and gave him like a cease and desist. Man,
right.
How did it get out? It's all your fault.
I know how I got it, but I'm not saying.
What year was this?
It must have been through the movie.
96.
No, nothing to do with
so
it.
So it was like Versus?
No.
It must have been those heavy program directors that you're now associated with.
Right. You know, I hate to say this, but it must not be that big a secret.
Why?
Because Gorilla said there was some guy that he works with this weekend that was making copies for all his friends.
Oh, really? Already?
Well, can I read you the cease and desist at least?
No.
How about if you play the record and I read it over it?
Yeah, okay. All right, that would be fair enough. Well, let me hear.
No code. That's what.
That's it. Thank you, Melvin. That's right.
Tom
Thank you.
Chiasano. As you are
Oh,
aware,
with
the
corduroy?
program record No Code will be released for commercial sale on August 20th. Cease and desist from any.
No, I do. I would go.
And
to that.
Robin always asks for 6 or 8 tickets for her.
Yeah. I left that in.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard this.
Really
I
is a
wanted
good
to talk to
album.
you about this. Robin not only got 2 tickets to some.
Yeah, babe.
I'm sorry. So I left it in at the end. It weaves into it, no pun intended. Robin, every time there's a concert, she bogards them into bringing her entourage. So in situations like this with Pearl Jam, this goes back to '96. So if there's a show, she insists on bringing 10 of her people with her.
She said Robin asked for
cuts
8
out.
tickets.
Yeah, I did.
With the show.
Jesus.
Because she can, damn
So
it.
then called up and demanded 4 more to some big show.
No, I did
It was
not.
Robin. You asked for 6 or 8 tickets
Yeah,
for
but I
you and
didn't
your
call
friends.
for 2 and then demand 4 more.
You wanted well, the people around you then. You
And
know,
then none of them showed up. What was that too? I forget
It
what
was
show.
Ozzy Osbourne to see Stuttering John.
Robin was like, I got to go to see Ozzy Osbourne. She gets 6 to 8
I wanted
tickets.
to see Stuttering John too.
And didn't you demand like front row or
No,
something?
I didn't demand anything. I
And
asked for
backstage.
And backstage.
And a private room.
So then
demand, I asked.
Ozzy goes out on
Or
stage.
not.
The guy's got a sold out show, and then all of a sudden he looks in the front row, and there's nobody sitting there. And the guy's like freaking out. They had to move people up.
Wow. So she demanded backstage
back then.
and a private room.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
She's like, oh, demand, I ask.
And she has zero passion for the music. She's just trying to play like she's trying to be the hip chick that likes the rock music. Whatever's K-Rock's playing,
Jesus.
she pretended to be into it. You know, from Korn to Pearl Jam now to Ozzy.
To be fair, her ass took up 3 seats.
Robin asked for a $600, $800 pint of Guinness at the Osbourne
There you go.
show.
Jesus.
Can you imagine the balls on her? Yeah, but
Oh,
see,
she got balls the size.
here's
of
the
shirt
thing,
belt.
you know, Xavier and I talk about this all the time. Like, why doesn't Howard talk about the house in Palm Beach? Why doesn't Howard talk about the indulgement? Why doesn't he talk about the things that this is those people. This is Robin. This is Gary. This is what they do. They make demands on PR people and executives and stuff like that because they think they deserve it. And don't fool yourself to thinking that like Gary doesn't have an assistant and Robin has 2 assistants and Fred has an assistant. They all have assistants. They all make these people make a couple of phone calls and get them what they want. This is who they are.
Howard doesn't do it. It's not out of
demanding
modesty.
moochers.
It's not out of modesty. We plebeians don't deserve the way he moves and mysterious. It's not out of any kind of like humility or anything like that. He's not embarrassed by it. It's just he's getting that stuff anyway. He's getting that Wizard of Oz treatment no matter what he does anyway. But it's not out of modesty. It's not out of humility. It's just.
But it's all of them. It's not just Howard.
No,
you know,
it's
we
not
always
just
like
Howard.
to say that, but it is not just Howard.
They're
Yes,
all-
just when you think Robin might be okay, Arm has a clip that helps us
Well-
remember what a sea monkey she is.
Thankfully, I never thought that she's not a sea monkey. But you know, the thing is the hubris on all of them because they all think they're so incredibly self-important.
So
every
important.
last one of them.
And the funny thing is about it, for years and years and years and years, other than the E show, most people really didn't know them. I mean, they were just New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they were not they weren't national.
No,
and even when they were at their peak, they weren't national. They really weren't.
The first year they were in LA was 92.
They've always been basic cable famous.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty much, yeah.
For most everybody, like for
and
us,
the E channel wasn't even available in a lot of cable packages for a very long
exactly. Most people, Xavier, right? You first knew about him from the E channel, right?
No, I forgot who aired Channel 9 shows here in San Diego.
How would they do it?
There was something I remember, in between trying to get the Playboy channel scrambled, signal to go straight.
Yeah,
you click over and like, oh, who the fuck is this? You know?
Are you sure it wasn't a pay-per-view special?
I remember my first impression is when they're sitting at that desk in Channel 9 and Robin's sitting right next to him. You know, and it's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Because
That's what I
the
remember.
Channel 9 show X was very tri-statey.
It was like Wonderama, right? It was very local.
What channel was
I
on?
bet it was the same studio. Oh no,
Yeah,
you said
I think it was the same studio as Wonderama.
It's Wonderama without the production value.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
no, it was that's my first, and then like driving up to LA all the time and listening to them on K-Rock before they came.
You see what
here.
Dorian Morgan
K-Rock,
writes,
I would
Tony?
understand that. What, babe?
Dorian Morgan writes they aired it in San Francisco, Oakland in late night. The Channel 9.
Oh,
Really,
see?
Dorian? That's so
See,
strange.
I never
to me.
knew that. Like until Xavier just said that, I never knew that was something
I'm
that was
glad they
outside of the
did.
tri-state area.
That's
But
insane.
I would think that most people that I've ever asked about how they knew Howard would say it was from the E show for sure.
Correct.
Yeah, me too.
And not the Channel 9 show, because that was like such a bizarre random show. That's kind of like Dr. Demento or like Robin Bird or like those weird random cable shows that nobody watches
with
I
lots
don't
of
know.
really weird skits on it. Extremely weird skits.
Just random shit that's very Seinfeldian
Didn't
jokey
they have
New
like
York.
Jerry Mathers on at some point?
Yes,
Something like
yes,
that?
they did.
yes.
The guy that played George, the guy that played Major Burns, he was on the show. Larry Linville, he was actually on the show once.
Larry Linville.
Larry Linville was on the show.
Wow.
And they had a horrible skit with that. It was bad.
Yes, Tiger Lily, it is sad.
Xavier, I want you to pull up the next clip while we're
Yes, ma'am.
talking, and that would be Beth went to a wedding, so that we can
Beth
get
went to a wedding?
into Annie and her Rexianess.
Did you see what Melvin wrote here? Melvin, is that true? Dennis, you remember? Did Howard claim Wayne's World ripped him off?
Yes.
From the Channel 9. Did he say
Yes, he
that?
did.
Did he really say that?
Yes, he
Holy
did.
Why? Wait, why? Wait, why?
He really did say that.
How Howard's claiming that Wayne's World ripped him off the Channel 9 show.
When it came
That's
out,
the delusion.
When it came out, he ranted about that. It was his
that too.
idea. That was the Channel 9 show. They were ripping off how he was,
I'm sorry, two Canadians talking about
that's how delusional he
being
is.
cool dudes in their basement.
Yes.
Well, if you're gonna go that route, then he ripped off Weird Al with UHF.
That's exactly right.
No,
but then again, he took credit for the Osbournes. So there you go.
Of course he did.
He took credit for it.
Ben Stein's money, Steve Dahl.
And again, can we just
Bartman.
harken
the
back
Gilligan's
to the
Island
fact
skit? Yes, that was fun.
that even back then he wasn't national. I mean, I think at his peak he was in 56 stations, 56 stations. So that's like if he was in San Diego, he may not have been in Orange County. You know what I mean? And if he was in LA, he may not have been in Fresno. I mean, he was just in 56 or 60 stations.
Well, that's where that Jackie negotiations made a lot of sense to me. So he was trying to smear Jackie during it, but Jackie's like, okay, well, if you're syndicated in 51, you're getting the money. I should be getting a little bit more in each city. That's just fair. And he's like, no. Well,
I mean, in Florida, he was in Orlando. I mean, that was it. He was in Orlando.
That
was
was it,
never
right?
in Tampa, Dennis?
Yeah.
He was never in Tampa?
For a little while, and it was really a weak ass signal. Orlando actually came in clearer than Tampa.
I'd like to see a full list of his syndication through the years of the 90s.
Yeah, let's do. I'd like to do a show on that syndication
Yeah,
thing.
I would love to do that. Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Just like through the years, like what dropped off and what was still there and who cared.
Yeah.
I mean, he would always have like once a week there'd be a show where he's announcing a new market or canceling a new market. They would bail on him and he would bash the new market.
Always canceling a new market. Always. David says, Howard doesn't know there's a whole legacy of Saturday evening hosts on public access that did the trope of cheaply produced macabre shows before him. Yeah, it's totally together. Of course.
I mean,
nice.
No, by Howard's logic, then shouldn't Steve Jobs sue Howard for doing a show from hospice care?
Yes, that's exactly right. This is exactly like his son John Melendez, who screams that comic the insult. It's not comic. It's what's his name? The insult.
Triumph.
The insult dog ripped him off.
Me to poop on.
They're all insane. It's true. You know what? Two things can be true at the same time. That somebody thinks of something very similar to somebody else in the world. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Parallel
like,
thinking is the word.
Parallel thinking. Exactly. It happens. It happens. I don't believe it with music or with books or anything like that. But shit, when you just come up with an idea in your brain, I mean, I come up with things I think about like to do for podcasts when we're done with this whole Howard Stern thing. And then I'll be like, wow, brilliant idea. I can't believe nobody's thought of that. And then, of course, you go onto like Apple or into podcasts and it's like 40 people have the same fucking show that they're already doing.
Let's call a spade a spade. Have you noticed that ever since the internet was
Robin.
invented, Howard hasn't come up with an original
You beat
idea?
me too.
What?
Sorry, go ahead, Xavier. I'm sorry.
I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Ever since the internet came along, Howard hasn't had an original idea because he used to just steal from the local regional people.
Yes,
and just,
Steve.
He stole from them, and nobody knew he stole.
And
from
nobody
them.
knew he was ripping. But since the internet, he hasn't had one fucking original idea.
Yes, that's exactly right. All right, I want to talk about Beth a little bit. I want to talk about her anorexia. I want to talk about where she was this weekend because everybody was thinking she was going to the Jeremy Spoke concert, but she wasn't. So
I thought it was there.
No, it was not. It went to a wedding. So let's play that, and then we'll come back to it on the other side.
Are you serious?
Hang on.
You want to know what Beth did to me?
What?
So this weekend, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, Doug and Amy, Beth's brother, they came and spent the weekend with us. So we had them tested and everything because they came off the plane. We had them tested.
Wow.
And they were negative. So they spent the weekend with us. Then on Saturday,
Pause that second. Pause that 1 second.
Beth
Pause that 1 second.
decided to go to her
Pause that 1
friend's
second.
wedding.
Pause that 1 second. So, okay. I just want to parse through this clip. Okay.
I want to feel the sun. That should be played every time.
Oh my God. Do I have to?
Every time. I mean, he never.
I want to feel the sun, have barbecues. I want to see my friends, the old and new.
Okay, enough of that. So,
very nice, Monique. Very nice.
So,
never not have that queued up, Monique. Never not have that at the ready.
Oh, it's permanent. It's a permanent fixture in my videotapes. So, okay. So now just listen to what happened. So the brother and the sister-in-law came in to spend the weekend with them. The weekend. Okay. So the weekend for most people, let's go with Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes.
Let's go for Howard Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. So continue.
So I'm playing this clip of the 2020.
Continue.
Hey, don't interrupt. I'm making a joke. Jesus.
Spent the weekend with us. Then on Saturday, Beth decided to go to her friend's wedding in the city, not to the eating part of it, but like to watch her get married.
That's what they call it.
And I said,
Not
look,
to the eating part.
if you're going to that reception, if you go to the actual wedding, I'm not going.
That was it.
That's it.
I mean, if I'm Beth, I'm happy about that. This high maintenance pain. I'm happy.
Hey, do you think that when she showed up to the wedding, people go, "Oh my God, Wolfgang Van Halen's here"?
No, I doubt that.
Poor Wolfgang.
These are fat jokes, people.
It's Rosie O'Donnell.
She went to the wedding, and her brother and sister-in-law went to Nobu. She promised Howard that she would be she's like, all right, I'll wear a mask, but I'll be the only one there wearing a mask at the wedding. And it was her friend Jill Martin, who was like a correspondent
MSG,
on like,
yes,
right, NBC
she was
or some
Nick's
shit like this.
sideline reporter.
So Beth goes. So then Beth posts.
Look at that. It's like Kevin James.
Right. So Beth posts
from the waist down.
Picture. This is the picture of Beth. So I gotta believe like her brother or her sister-in-law took that picture for her. She's like, take a picture of me. So I guess she's on her way to the wedding.
Look at that. It's like a young Orson Welles.
The wedding was at like a New York Public Library or Bryant Park or something like that. So it was like 42nd Street and 5th Avenue. So I was trying to figure out where this was when I was looking at the picture, but I couldn't really figure it out.
Exactly. Hold on 1 second. In the chat, where's the foot bandage? I mean, it got stung. It got stung by the bee.
It went away.
It should be hobbling.
What a coinky dink.
Wow, what do you know?
Amazing
Thank
how
you.
that happens.
Look at that. It's like a
Amazing.
young John Candy.
It got better
So
immediately.
any excuse to go to a party because she's stuck at home with that horrific goblin. And so she goes out. Obviously, you can see the clavicles. You can see the entirety of her chest
No
bones.
chest.
I mean,
No chest.
you know, well, black is very slimming, as you know. So
There's nothing there.
There's going to
I
be
have
that.
bigger hands than it does.
And then there's the other like shocking picture
Oh,
that comes
shit.
out. Now
What
this
is
is
that?
nighttime now. This is now nighttime.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, it just dawned
Oof.
on me where this is. Oh my God, I'm so fucking insane. I know exactly where this is. This is okay. I know where this is. God, I'm so crazy.
Where?
Okay. She was at Bryant Park because there is a building being built here. This is like 39th Street and right off of Bryant Park. This is like the block after Bryant Park. That's exactly where she is. Note this one picking her ass over here, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, get in there, girl.
There's a black guy right at the edge of the street, and Beth is told to stay as far away from him as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at
So
that.
she's
It's
probably
like
waiting
Silent
for.
Bob.
She's probably
You know what
waiting for
Beavis-
her car service to take her home or
You know what
something.
Beavis looks like?
Doesn't pick me up.
But who's
You know
taking this picture?
That's a good
If
question.
the brother and sister-in-law isn't there, she probably is a gaggle of
Is
gold
it one of SEAL
digging,
Team Sex?
Soho Grand Hotel.
This is
grifters.
daytime.
Hey,
Daytime.
Hey,
And this
Mo,
is nighttime.
Can you go
What?
back? Why does her butt crack go up to her neck?
So honestly,
Really?
I look at that thing and I keep on thinking of like it's almost like it's like it had wings and they cut the
She's
wings
so
off.
fat.
Because there's just look at those bones. I mean, that's not. I've never seen bones like that before.
Is that an archangel in New York?
Exactly. It's like in Lucifer when they cut the wings off.
Without the wings.
Look at those things.
An archangel just landed on the streets of New York.
Those are shoulder bones. I mean, Jesus.
Monique, how do you recognize that from the awning? That's pretty incredible how well
Because
you know New York.
because I worked in that neighborhood my whole life. It just dawned on me
that's the
that I knew
garment district?
exactly where we were. Yes. Okay. So see
Katie
the 30.
Adana.
See the 37 here? That means it was between Fifth Avenue and
Park. Oh, wait.
Madison and Fifth.
Madison and
between
Fifth,
Madison and Fifth. So she was right outside of the Bryant Park area. That's where it
Wow.
just dawned on me just now. Okay, so
That
she's
is
looking really fucking skinny here. And the
sickly.
reason she did this is so that we
loves
could
it. She
see
loves
this.
it. She loves
And
it.
the reason is so that people could say, eat a goddamn sandwich.
Yes,
And she
she
could
loves
be like,
it.
oh my God, thank you so much for saying that. It makes me so fucking happy
I
to
thought that
know.
Wow.
I thought that was Lizzo for a second.
So
Badass.
yeah, there's your girl Beth, and she did get a lot of comments about it. She really did. She got a lot of Jesus Christ. What the fuck is going on there?
I mean, there are people in Biafra that go, man, you're thin. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, of course her hair is swept to the side because she wants everybody not to see
To
the
see
back of the dress,
see those-
but
Humble
to
brag.
see the bones.
Those
It is.
bones.
You know, so there's this whole movement out there called Thinspo, right? So it's these girls who are just extraordinarily skinny, and it's supposed to be your inspiration
Binge
for
purge,
getting
binge
as
purge.
thin as they are. So it's Thinspo. And they're all over like Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and YouTube. And the one I posted about, her name is Eugenia Cooney, who is literally, she's been dying for years. You know, she went in, she got help maybe like 3 years
Badass.
ago. She chubbed up to like a nice, fat, like 84 pounds. And now
Woo.
she has to be
Slow
like
down.
70 pounds. Has to be. And everybody on Reddit is just like waiting for her to die. And she will post like bikini pictures. Like she'll put on a bikini where literally the bottom of the bikini is loose. Like it's just loose. Because
The thing
nothing
is-
fits her.
The thing is, the bottoms of the bikinis aren't loose on half of here. Good.
Look at
No,
that.
from the
Nothing's
waist
loose
down,
on
it's
her.
pretty-
She's got a tit job and she's got a decent bombitis. So she's not.
Those are no. There's nothing
This
there
is
anymore.
as skinny as she can be.
Whatever
This
takes
is
the focus off the
seriously.
face.
This is as thin as she can get.
Yes.
Dear God.
What else could you do? Tiger
No,
Lily
she
writes.
can go lower.
Unsexy.
Without going into like the sick zone, this is as thin as you can get.
No,
What did she say? What did Tiger Lily
She's
say?
just right. She has to tell her my husband is too much of a pussy to attend this. You know, the only reason you're even invited is because of your husband. That's exactly right, Tiger Lily. But also too, Howard loves COVID because he can get out of shit like this. He's going to continue this COVID because he can duck shit like Jill
Absolutely.
Martin's wedding, which is beneath him. Jill
Of
Martin
course,
is
it's beneath him.
Yes,
Of course.
It's her.
So apropos to that, please go if you can, sir, to the Beth must have COVID clip.
My legs both connected to my knee bone.
There was no way he was going to say she didn't have COVID going to that. There was just no way. He was just.
My neck bone's connected to my shoulder bone. Okay, here we go. And
Don't even count down. Just tell me when it's there.
I'll never forget the ebullience in Howard's voice when COVID started. It just was just dripping. He loved every.
It's an
second.
introvert's
The
dream. Are you
Of course it
kidding
is.
me?
And when you
Absolutely it
have
is.
3 compounds, why do you have it for? You're waiting for this day. He couldn't
Yes.
wait to take
Yes.
advantage of his own fucking area code.
So, babe, just so you know, after this clip is going to be the Beth must have COVID. So do I. So
Okay.
just when you're
Ready to go.
Okay, go.
COVID already now. From
Oh,
Beth.
here we go.
And then
I went to Eddie Vedder and the Pearl Jam concert.
Yeah.
But you have COVID.
and Beth, meanwhile, came home and I said, "You got to stay away from me. You have COVID." And she's going out. And this morning, I fucked up and kissed her goodbye when I was coming down here to work.
I'm sorry, what? What did you just say? I kissed her goodbye when I was, and then he
Kissed her
stopped
goodbye?
himself coming down here for work.
They're like
I
in the
think she
same
stayed in
building.
the city. I think she stayed in the city.
It's not there.
Ooh.
It's not there. You can't make it.
I felt like that was like a bit of a stumble.
Let's
Yeah, it
play that
was.
again one more time.
Hey, do that.
I think that's worth repeating.
Do that.
Good year, bro.
COVID already now. From
Oh,
Beth.
here we go.
And then
I went to Eddie Vedder and the Pearl Jam concert.
Yeah.
But you have COVID.
and Beth, meanwhile, came home and I said, "You got to stay away from me. You have COVID." And she's going out. And this morning, I fucked up and kissed her goodbye when I was coming down here to work.
Really?
You're right. That was a total fuck up.
It's still in New York City. Yeah, at the place they're not using. You know, there's still
Really?
cats there. There's cats there, so I guess it went and saw the cats.
Really? So just really quickly play the Beth must have COVID. So do I clip because it follows this one. And then we'll come back to our discussion. Go, babe.
And now I have COVID.
How dare you?
So I'm the only one still fighting the good fight. Hey.
There are pierces in your armor. That's what you're telling us.
Yeah.
You're not
Yep.
completely
No.
protected like you used to be.
Well, if I was single, I would be.
So
What an asshole.
I know.
Bell beat
Like,
us. Howard
I have a
keeps a
cat.
photo
He
of
can't
Beth
even
in his
story
wallet.
straight.
In Beth's wallet, there's a photo of Howard's wallet. Was that a roast joke, Bell Beefus?
That's perfect. That's
I thought that
perfect.
was a roast. Is that a roast joke?
I think that is a
perfect.
roast joke.
That's perfect. All right, and then the next clip you're gonna queue up is Beth's
Time to say goodbye?
Howard. No,
Go back?
Howard bought a COVID test machine because I want to talk
Gotcha.
about that.
Bullshit.
I know it's just fucking crazy.
Bullshit.
That's the extent he'll go to, guys.
No.
I
I'm gonna
believe-
explain-
I
I'm gonna
believe-
explain what these machines are. And
If it's
this
true-
is
if this
the
is true.
Oh
bullshit.
yeah, I pulled it up too. So
Hey,
just
Mo, remind me. We have to talk about our whole theory how to shoot Howard's argument by the fact that he controls. You know that thing we talked about this morning.
okay. Bring it up. Just don't forget.
Yeah.
All right, go for the clip. Sir. Fred. Xavier.
There you go.
Babe.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Babe.
Do.
Babe. Babe.
You know, Monique, the clip you
hang on.
Oh,
Babe.
the clip you
Come on,
sent had
intermission
too much
music.
1 second.
Are we there yet?
Hang on. I forgot to do that.
I'm holding, man. I'm holding.
We're good?
Big deal. She didn't want to make a big deal, but it was a big deal. So I made a big
deal.
I carried on.
Oh, pause it, please. Pause it, please.
And I had some
Actually, back it
people
up.
over. Yes.
So sorry. What is the name of this clip?
This is I bought a COVID test machine.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. So the story here is that somebody called in because they really gave a rat's ass about what Howard was speaking about last week and said, "Oh, Howard, you never finished the story about Jimmy Fallon's wife. So could you
The fake
finish that
caller.
story?"
Yeah.
So he proceeds to let everybody know that Jimmy Fallon and his wife were coming over to the house for Beth's 50th birthday because even though she didn't want to make a big deal out of it, he knows that deep down inside she wanted to make a big deal of it. So he was going to make a big deal of it. So he's having all these people over, and Jimmy's wife says, "Hey, I wanted to do something special for Beth. Can you tell me a couple of her favorite songs?" And he's like, whatever it is you're going to want to do, she's going to hate it. It's going to be miserable. And so, he's trying to find out from her what her favorite songs are, blah, blah. And it turns out that Jimmy Fallon's wife hires a school band, a marching band. To play Beth's favorite songs out on the lawn of their house for her birthday.
So there was actually there was a
very
very funny comment made by Blob, and she's like, Howard, you don't have a football field out there. Oh, yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. There's a football field out there.
Somebody else also said something like, "Wow, he complains about his next door neighbors doing some sort of work, but yet he has a fucking full marching band on the lawn on at night playing some stupid fucking songs." All right, Xavier, can you please play the clip now? Sorry.
You got it.
Didn't want to make a big deal, but it was a big deal. So I made a big deal about it. I carried on. And I had some people over. Yes, they were tested, blah, 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 blah.
I love you have
Blah,
a
blah, blah, blah,
testing
blah,
setup over there. Is there a special?
Oh, fuck yeah, I do. I bought the machine. I bought the machine to test people for COVID. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's right. You heard it here first.
He's now a lab tech. You're running around with a machine?
I got the machine.
Okay. So
bullshit.
Wait, hold on. I did some digging.
Go digging.
And I found that the current personal real-time PCR machine is almost $6,000. $6,000. And you too can have your own personal PCR machine.
PT Barnum's right. A sucker is born every minute.
Every minute, right?
In the lab, it doesn't matter in the machine. It's the technicians that actually know what the hell they're doing with samples to make it so you can get a sample correct.
That's right.
These machines
And you
are
don't
garbage.
think for a second that he's having a 50th birthday party for Beth and he doesn't hire somebody probably from the fucking veterinary place that he gives a shit ton of money to actually stand there and do the
There's it's
real-time
really specialized. And honestly,
$6,000. I could almost guarantee you he bought that machine because he's such a fucking moron.
Consuela, la máquina, ahorita.
I'll have you know Howard put an extra 2 minutes on the air today to pay for that.
Yeah, that's what somebody just said. That's 1 minute's worth of work for him. So yeah, it's like, what are we talking
Why
about?
doesn't
here?
he just hire the Dr. Michael Jackson was using? He's not doing it
Exactly. Good thing he got that $255 death benefit from his dad.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
You hear that? That's Riley Martin spinning his grave right now.
Absolutely the dumbest
Look
gift
at
ever.
him,
I would
motherfucker.
kill
There's only
myself.
so many pork chops one can eat.
I would kill myself if somebody gave me a marching band with my favorite songs.
Dun,
Can you
dun,
imagine?
dun,
And
dun,
all
dun,
the
dun,
music
dun,
she
dun.
likes is totally
you say to the
faggy.
band,
Oh wait,
What's her favorite song? Just out of curiosity.
He said
I don't know.
that she liked.
they never.
That she liked
Jason Mraz, maybe.
No, she liked some songs from the 70s, and I'm going. It's about my age. No, that's not the
No.
song it would like. It would like stuff from the 80s when it was
Oh,
a
freak out.
teenager.
You
There's
direct
no
the band,
way
you
she
say.
knows who Depeche Mode is or the Q. There's just no way. She's
No.
I mean,
such a
but
basic
she was a
bitch
cool
that
kid.
there
Basic
is
bitch
no
music.
fucking way.
no,
That's
he
what
was
you say
talking
to-
like 70s
She's
bands.
like Michael Jackson.
You say to the
No.
band,
No, she
play
was into like
basic
some
bitch music.
like Susie Q and Samantha Fox.
Oh
No,
my
he
God.
was
Debbie
he was
Gibson.
literally
Taylor
naming
Swift.
bands.
I mean,
He
Taylor
named
Dane.
bands.
Taylor Swift. That's when she was in her
Taylor
Taylor
40s,
Dane,
bro.
Monique, that's Paula Abdul and Taylor Dane is perfect.
She's expose
but-
all the way.
But
She's a
no, he actually named
cold-hearted
bands that
snake.
he would like.
You
And he was saying that was bands that Beth liked, which is just ridiculous.
I wanna feel the sun, have barbecues. I wanna see my friends, the old and new. We'll turn on the game and share some laughs. And we'll play this and that. Now say goodbye to rainy days.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I never
That's G
acted
Canada's
that would
new
root for a
anthem.
copyright strike.
That never gets old.
It's
That
worth
never
it.
gets
Sorry,
old.
I got Susie and Stacy Q fucked up.
James
Sorry.
Taylor, that's right.
Please
It
whip
was
me.
James Taylor.
Thank
she
you,
named.
Chaka Khan. That's almost as bad as when Howie Mandel rented an elephant for his wife's birthday and it trampled their yard. Yeah, people do stupid shit, and I don't really find it
Who was
funny
it?
at all.
Who was
That
it? One
just- it's
actress,
horrible.
Sharon Stone. Remember, she got her husband a gift to go see a Komodo dragon, and the fucking thing bit him.
Bit his finger, didn't it? Didn't it like
Yeah,
sever
like-
his finger?
like fucking instantaneous bacterial fucking septic shock.
I think it
Good.
severed his finger.
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's correct. All right, the next clip I would like you to play, please, is Beth says it's time to go back.
Oh my God, Sing Woohoo. Could you
Wait, hold on.
imagine that Dolby video playing in the Jumbotron in Times Square?
That's what the Lincoln Project should do, like they did to Ivanka and Jared Kushner. Play that. We should start our own Lincoln Project and smear Howard like that and play that.
Right,
video.
the stinking
That's
Gunk
such a great
Project.
idea,
Exactly.
There you go. Okay. Yeah.
All right, you have
Share,
I think it's our last clip
Chromecast.
before we go to like some of Johnny's.
Okay, ready to go. Say one.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me shut down this so that I know what I'm doing. Okay, and go.
Beth has informed me that it's time for me and her to go back to the city. We're going to spend a couple of weeks, go back to Manhattan. She's planning around October once my new vaccine kicks in, and then being around some people. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm still afraid of COVID. I don't want long-term COVID. I don't want all the weird little fogginess and all that bullshit. Although
That's it. So
That's
can we
it.
talk about that little thing we mentioned earlier?
Go for it.
Okay, so Mo and I were like yammering it up this morning, and it dawned on us. He controls the office. He can easily put in a mandate that everybody has to be vaccinated, but there's only a couple of dozen people in there. He has no problem telling people they're fired live on radio. So why would he have any issues in saying, hey, Howard wants to return to studio, so therefore everybody has to get vaccinated, and you have until this date.
Or you have to stay like 20 feet away from me. I mean, as he walks in and out without anybody
but what I'm
touching
saying is,
him.
if he has zero issues firing people on air for entertainment, why would he have any issue with that? Regardless, and then someone doesn't want to do it, okay, get the fuck out. He has
all his lemmings already did it.
He has
all his
complete
lemmings already had that
control.
thing.
He has
Exactly,
complete control of that office.
But he also
there's
has
zero
control.
zero excuse why he's not in that office.
But he
Zero.
has total control over them staying, 30 feet away from him as well.
Everything. He can
doesn't have to have anybody come into
he
the
can cherry
studio
pick
with
how
him.
he wants that shit to be if he really wanted to go back into the studio.
So
it's not like it's not like he's an accountant going into an accounting firm who has no say in the matter.
Right, and he works in a cubicle.
So once again, I'm going to kind of go on Arm's thing. Not as extreme, but not a partner. But goddamn, he wields a lot of power there because
100%.
after seeing his whore walking down the street, in New York City, and then he can't come into the studio. Wait a minute,
total bullshit.
Whoa, time out. I mean, Jennifer Woods should have gone to Robin like, when are you going to come back? I mean, if there was any control there from
We can't present
the executive.
statistics to Pat McAfee.
His argument holds no water. None whatsoever. He's in total control of that environment.
Half the building is dedicated to
Since
him.
when?
It's just
Since when does other people's rules apply to him?
He has
as
no
Sirius?
human resources. They have no accountability at all. There's no such thing as human resources.
But I mean, listen. Obviously, he didn't want to come back in. But you listen to him talk. He sounds like he's some dude working, on the 150th floor of some office. That he's got to do this gauntlet of normal people and take the subway.
Thing. If you're the rest of Sirius, you don't want him to come back in because it's more trouble than it's worth. You have to go through the high maintenance bullshit.
Yeah, but he's acting
of him coming.
He's acting like that's not the case.
I know. Well, we just don't believe anything he said. He loves this. He loves to wield the power, and he loves that.
100%.
You over. He loves that.
Right, like I just said, he's human resources.
I mean, how did he treat Scott the engineer at that Christmas party? He sucked that fucking redhead fidget on him to rip him an asshole in front of everybody.
That story
so like, since when is it beneath him to tell people what to fucking do?
Exactly.
So everybody wants to know the diet secret, and I am happy to tell you.
All right. Enlighten us.
Xavier, will you stop share screen so I can go into something? So here, you all need to know this, and it is as true as they come, and this is what everybody who has money is doing. So let me share it with you right now. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go. All right. This is it. Everybody who wants to lose weight. It is the diabetic medication known as Ozempic. And they start you out at don't think for a second. I didn't look into this. They start you out at 2.5 milligrams, and then they put you up 2.5 milligrams, and it's an injectable that you do once a week. And apparently, most people who are using it look at Sasquatch Kardashian. See how much weight she's lost?
Yeah.
Look at Kim. Look at Kim losing weight to get into the dress. Everything. So it basically stops you from eating, and it is so popular as a weight loss drug right now that you cannot get it. Like if a doctor prescribes it for you, there is like a waiting list for it, like in LA and in Miami and in New York City. You cannot get it because everybody is using it for weight loss, and that's what these motherfuckers are using. See, everybody knows it. Chaka Khan, everybody. All the girls in the know. All the girls in the know.
That's part of
Look
a
at this.
Screen
Look at
Actors
like
Guild
my girl.
agreement.
I've been
All
on
right,
it.
so-
I've never been thinner. Yeah, so I'm looking for a doctor to get it for me because I'm
I
right.
guess I need to get this. I need to lose 15
Chaka
pounds.
Khan
I'm really
was a
into
high school
I'm really
student
into
on
it.
90210.
Yeah, so Ozempic is the new speed, but it's not speed. Basically, what it is
Is it like Fen-Phen?
no, it
I
doesn't.
forgot
It
about
doesn't
Fen-Phen.
make you like zony or speedy or anything
blow
like
your
that.
heart?
It apparently just so because it's a diabetes medicine, it stops the glucose in your kidneys. So it's kind of like doing the Atkins diet without having to eat like that. Plus, apparently, it stops you from like even really being hungry.
That's right, Mr. Whiskers knows.
Oh, let's see what Ida says. Actually, a friend of mine does have diabetes, and she's lost a ton, pardon the pun, of weight. Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things. Lowers the blood sugar. This is your diet secret, my friends. This is the thing you need to start doing.
I love how they come up with these names. Ozempic. The think tank that comes up with them. Let's come up with a knockoff brand called
anal
Ozempic.
bleeding.
Exactly.
Anal bleeding.
See, Chaka Khan says it simply
Not
helps you
the
process
Ozempic, well,
better and
first
curb
consulting
your
to your
appetite.
doctor.
Yes, it is a
Yeah.
diabetes cure. It curbs sugar.
In
It
rare
all
cases,
does
it
that
causes
shit.
death.
This is what I promise you people
Side
are
effects including
doing.
death.
Yes.
This
It
is
causes
what
nipple
people are doing.
explosion.
Yeah, this is what
Just
people are doing.
give me a bottle of mini thins and we're good.
So yeah, it's hard to come by, and
So
it's
you think,
extremely Chaka, how much are you paying for it? Because I looked into this. It's extremely expensive. Like if you don't have a medical plan that covers it, it's somewhere around $900 a month.
CB.
No!
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at a Tupperware party. That's hilarious.
Ooh.
Well, listen, everybody wants to know the weight loss secret, and I'm just imparting my wisdom to everybody. What the fuck? This is what
No, you're bringing
I'm bringing
annoyingly
knowledge to my
masses.
girls. I mean, this is what we do.
Is this healthier than Adderall?
Gina, Canada has it for like a fraction of the cost. If it's $1,000 in the States, it's like
go to
$250,
Go to
$300 in Canada. But it's hard. It's still
Cuban
hard to come by. That's all. Wow, Chaka Khan through my insurance is $30 a month. Holy
Damn,
shit. That's
bitch.
amazing. Insurance won't cover it if it's for cosmetic reasons. Fuck it.
Chaka Khan says that she doesn't give a shit what the health repercussions are. If she can play 5 or 10 years younger on screen, she doesn't care.
I am more than happy to use something like that if it makes me lose like 20 pounds or something. Oh my god, I would love to be like anorexic. No shit. I would love for you guys to come on here and say, "Oh my god, what happened to you, Mo?"
Monique, speaking of, you have the endorsement of one Tamara Francois. She's a pharmacist.
But by the way, we have
yes,
to say
of course,
this.
only people with diabetes. I don't have access. I'm not on it. It's okay.
Hey,
my mother's on that shit. Love it.
RadioGunk is not a medical show.
Yeah.
Anything you hear
nor
on
do
here
we
is for
condone
entertainment
or
purposes
approve.
only. Please consult your doctor before
Yes, of
trying
course.
anything.
I'm promising you, if you
The management.
Google Ozempic weight loss, it's like 5 million hits on
Sorry,
it
had to
because
say it.
everybody's talking about it. No. You're right. You're right.
Entertainment
Ozempic-
purpose only, people.
In other
Ozempic
words,
prices without insurance will vary by retailer, but as a guide, the average monthly cost for Ozempic is $730 per month. Yeah, see, it's not cheap.
So you get it, you won't be able to eat. You're perfect.
yeah.
It's fabulous.
That's a Costco trip for me at the food court.
Actually, David, sadly, I've had to do this before.
Oh my God, more than once. More than once.
That wasn't the first RadioGunk disclaimer.
Beth has
There's just so many
nothing else to
idiots
do.
out there that you have to kind of do that.
Yeah,
Not that any of you guys are idiots.
So
we're
just
cool.
This dealer is now dropping this stuff off and the cocaine at the same time.
Hey, well,
Allegedly.
will I be riding a horse?
You don't have to do both. Meth is cheaper. Yeah, that's true. What?
Will I be like walking a horse on the beach while I'm taking this drug? That's always kind of,
the original
in these commercials, they're always riding a horse.
Oh God, that's right, Lauren.
On the beach, and everybody's always laughing.
No, this is the only thing that's working. Apparently, this is like the thing. I was on a. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna play some. I'm gonna play some clips.
Chief Phony Feathers goes. It gives you extreme pickleball endurance.
Okay, so which one should I play first? I'm gonna go. I'll do Rosie second. Let's do Bonfire Radio Howard. That one?
Okay, so this is the Bonfire, which is a show on Sirius with Dan Soder and Big J Okerson, and they talk about how the Howard Stern show has bogarted all the Pearl Jam tickets, and the real Pearl Jam fans can't act, and all of Sirius hates the show now because they this is like about 3 weeks ago. So this has been in the planning.
Okay.
Voting history. Fuck that shit. Thank you to Bennington for always being the best lead-in fucking radio possible. Yeah, a great coworker.
Didn't we play this last week?
Yeah, but it's so pertinent to what we know now.
Bennington,
we didn't know
one
where
of the best
it was going.
coworkers out there. One of the best radio hosts. One of the best coworkers.
I know where this is going.
I'm fired up.
I know where this is going.
At Howie Stern for the way that he is just not a good coworker, and his people control everything, and we can't get Lou a goddamn Pearl Jam ticket at the Apollo.
He's not big on in-house pump-ups, I will say that.
No, dude, it's wild.
I don't think it's directly his fault.
No, I don't think it's directly his fault.
Two specials, though.
Yes, it is.
And I work here. You think I would have slid in there at one point?
Crazy.
Pretty crazy.
This is my 20th year here, and you'd think I'd get some free Pearl Jam tickets.
No,
that's wild.
That's wild. He wears it with his chest. Lou, one of the first 3 things, a
20
description
years.
of Lou, audio genius.
You can't get one ticket.
Scared of critters and
I'm sorry, is Sirius that old already?
Yeah, bro.
03, I think they started, right?
Well, he came in what 06, 05?
05,
He
06,
came
yeah.
in
Yeah, and they were on for a
January.
couple years before that.
They started in
16 years. You're right.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's-
Christ, I
can't
had no
believe-
idea. Holy shit. I
Fuck
didn't realize.
the
Wow, we're
FCC.
old. We are old.
And
Armin
now
injects this info this into his leg and polishes off a big bowl of Peniel
I
vodka.
inject what
It's
do I
all
inject?
about balance.
So truly now, the shit years do outweigh the good years.
I've been
it's
saying that
we are
all
there.
year. We are
there.
tantamount to the bad years.
We're like 2 to 1 at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
When somebody
At least
says
2
to
to 1.
you, all the Howard apologists always say that same shit. Oh, come on, all the fucking entertainment he provided, he's entitled to coast a little bit.
Wait.
No, he's not.
Not anymore. No, he's
I'm
not.
gonna
Not
tell
when
you
you make
something.
Not for $90 million a year.
And not who
wait,
he's
I'm gonna-
suppressing from doing other shows.
Go,
Wait,
go, Dennis.
I gotta tell you this. So I visited some friends down in South Florida, and the wife is a Stern fan, and she actually told me that he always takes the summer off. I said, no, he didn't.
No, he don't.
Last year, first year he ever did it. He always worked during the summer. This is last year was the first year he took the entire summer off and did no shows.
Yeah.
But that's the people that aren't really aren't super fans, but kind of casual listeners and kind of have this imaginary thought of him.
18
that
years.
He always was off during the summer.
No.
No, he was on.
No. Howard said today he has 3 years left on his contract. Is that true?
Please, dear God.
Imagine working there and you have the guy who works 1/4 of the year bogarting tickets to this concert. He's not even, and then this is your passion.
But
and
it's
you
not
have
even just him bogarting. You know what? There's a
It's the whole
hierarchy
spec-
there, and
Yeah,
it's
I know.
not
It's-
Big
it's
J.
off Drapin'.
There's a hierarchy. You know, it's him. It's Madison. Madison gets whatever the fuck she wants.
Well,
she's not every goddamn
she's
concert.
balling
that
one
there
of the
is.
executives.
It's
So-
all the CEO. It's all the VPs. It's all those people. I'm sure they get 2 tickets though. It's not just one, you know, so they all get to bring somebody. And then maybe, just maybe, they have like 50 tickets for listeners, and they're up on the like second tier. Everybody down on the bottom tier is from
And
Sirius.
then they'll
so they all
invite
know each
other
other.
famous people.
It's very incestuous, you know, the way they do this.
Extremely.
It's actually kind of
So-
disgusting.
Speaking of Howard shows, you realize that we counted out from last year. Right now, he's only scheduled to do 92 shows this year, not 95. He did 95.
That's what
last
you
year.
said. So it'll be interesting because if you
He
recall,
may do less. He may do less than that.
You're
now.
never
I
gonna
mean,
get
I don't.
more. He's
I
always
don't
taking
even
stuff
have
away.
cleaning out the computer on here, so I can't even do it for us. I mean, I can.
Or the
play them.
How about the
I
calendar?
can play them.
Let's go to the calendar. September.
Well, let's all take a guess. If he had to chisel off 3 more shows, where do you think it would be? I'm going with the start of the summer. I'm thinking he's taking 3.
It already
off in June.
happened.
No, it already happened. So I would go
Beginning of the
Christmas,
year, he chiseled them off at the beginning of the year.
Christmas, Thanksgiving,
Well,
something
is
like that.
Thanksgiving like one of those?
No, it was
some-
during January and February. He chiseled off 3 shows.
Oh, there you go.
He literally just took a little off, a little here, a little there.
Yeah,
and
but
he
there was
got
those
3
bonus
Yeah, but
shows
where,
that he
though?
did last year around
Right.
Thanksgiving. If
That
you
are
We
recall,
got to see till the year's over until we figure out.
well,
where
we
this is
don't. We
going.
won't know. We won't
We're not
know.
gonna know until later.
You know,
He
you
will do
guys
less-
just remember last week. You guys swore that he wasn't going to come back after Labor Day. You were like, no, he's definitely going to take the week
I was
off.
hoping.
Definitely taking the week off, and he didn't. So who knows?
Ooh, he
But
showed
he's
us.
gonna do now he's going to do 92 shows. 'Cause no, if you use even what he did last year, he'll do 92 shows now. Because right now he just did show 61 today, and we're in the middle of September. He just did show 61. It is
But- yeah.
amazing how little
And
he does.
He's had 18 guests from January 3rd
18
till
guests.
September 12th. 18 guests.
Aren't
and
there?
how
Aren't
many-
there
how many
some
new
other
ones?
very exciting guests coming in soon?
It's
Similar
all
to
birthday
Rosie?
bash retread bullshit.
but
Imagine,
So-
wait.
Yep.
So this morning he said something. Imagine Dragons going to come in next week, right? And he didn't know that they were from Los Angeles.
Of course.
How could he not know that?
They've been on twice already. They've been on the show.
because hasn't been in the building for like 8 years at this point.
He doesn't listen. He doesn't listen to his bands. He doesn't.
Absolutely not.
Comes on.
I
you're
know,
like,
but
where does that
that's
even
such a
come
basic
from?
thing.
He doesn't
It's a
even
basic
care.
bitch.
All right, so
Jeremy
after
spoke, Dennis, Jeremy spoke.
Jeremy
That's
spoke,
music
but I
knowledge.
mean,
He's okay. This is his 3rd day back, right? He hasn't done
Yeah.
1 day worth of material.
no, it hasn't been a full day's worth of
He
material.
doesn't
Not
need to be
even
on 3
close.
days a week. He
He's
can't
done
handle
like 2 hours at the most of material, if that.
Yeah.
That's being generous.
No, Chaka Khan. Nobody cares about Imagine Dragons. Like seriously, they had like
No,
one
nobody
hit
gives a
5
shit
years
about
ago,
them
and that was kind of it.
Isn't
Although
that
I
the
hear
one-
they're really good in concert, but I don't
Is
know.
that the one that
enough about
Khaleesi's had?
Yes.
So
I-
it's just really quick. Figure that what's Imagine Dragons' connection to Sirius? Is there are they giving him like a weekend channel? There's something. What is going on as to why they're interested? Even they're
You know
on
what
their
it is?
radar
It's
at
so
all.
weird. Imagine Dragons is one of those groups that like kind of toggle the line between millennials and like maybe our age
Gen
group. I
Y.
hate to say
What's their
it, but
song?
no.
I don't know. I can't name one song.
I don't
I
know.
have it in my head.
my phone. I don't want to get in trouble, but let's.
Autobot A1 says they're
You know it. You know
I
it.
can
You
see
know
it
it.
because
right,
it was
hang
the
on,
weird
hang on,
video
we'll
they
put it
had
on
with the stuffed animals.
Hang on, I'm putting it on right now.
I love you watching videos, Dennis.
Dragons.
I
Fair
do.
use transparent.
You know the
was it?
song. You know the song. Hang on.
Transformative
No, hang on.
content.
Dennis off.
Yeah.
Nope, don't know it.
Okay.
You don't know this
Okay,
song?
that's Jock Rock. Like they play it in
Don't.
every stadium.
Oh my God! You don't know that song?
I know
I know
Stacy
that song.
Welcome
Q.
to the
Yep.
new
Yeah,
age.
that's
To
Jock
the
Rock.
new age. Welcome
Don't
to
know
the
it.
new age. To the new age.
If you watch any sporting event and that's played during like a
Transformative materials. Transformative.
Oh God, us
materials,
singing means nothing. Jesus Christ.
Transformative materials.
But yeah, so anyway, that's
bitch
their
music.
song.
I like
That's
the Firm's
song.
version
never
of
heard it.
Radioactive better.
You
Never
never
heard
heard
it.
that? Oh, I know, but you're so
Welcome
cute.
to
You
the
don't know
public
new
domain.
music.
I
But
don't
meanwhile,
know
you
that
know
one.
all the words to like a BTS song. I don't understand
Yeah.
you at all. I'll never
Welcome
understand
to
you.
the public domain.
All right,
The
so
public
after
domain, public
later
domain.
in the show, he had on Krusty the Clown, aka Rosie O'Donnell, and she I don't even know what she talked
Did he
about
bring up
because
about
I knew
the
that was a
jelly
perfect time to
beans?
tap out. What?
Did he bring up
Jelly
the
bean
jelly
head?
beans in her?
Come on,
head?
you're not going to tell me that looks like a chunky Rose McGowan?
Oh, absolutely, it does.
That's a chunky Rose McGowan right there. That is
Hey, is that the
classic
dude
Black
from Kim
Irish.
Norris?
So Johnny sent me 2 clips about Rose. Well, he sent me 3, but one the audio was from outdoors and it was like fuzzy. So I made the executive decision not to play it because it was really fuzzy and
I'll tell you the
horrible.
significance of that, and you don't have to play it. It's one of the very rare times where Robin had to host the show. How intrepid Howard went to Rosie's studio, so Robin was forced to run the show with Fred.
Oh, I'm sure that was a really big deal.
Well, there you go.
Bell Beavis says there's a funny video on YouTube called "How to Write an Imagine Dragons Song."
Is it really? I believe that.
It's safe. It's safe, basic music.
basic
That's
bitch
basically
music.
what it is.
Yep.
It's basic.
I'll be
bitch
looking it up
music.
right after we're done.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. All right. So Howard attacks Rosie NRA or Rosie O'Donnell on Howard's fan kidnapping something or another.
Yeah, play that one. So that's Rosie O'Donnell in a very candid interview where she talks about being terrorized by Howard, how Howard, almost like Trump with the insurrection, getting blamed for, sicking his insurrectionists on the cat. So it's like Howard would sick his fans on his enemies all through those years, and they terrorized her in ways that I'd never heard this before.
Because
So she
Howard is a
tells-
bully troll, and
Yeah,
he always will be.
Exactly right. So this
All right,
is
let's-
Marlo Thomas, Phil Donahue's wife, who had some
On
I
her
don't even
show?
know-
On whose
Yeah,
show?
she-
Whose show?
She just had some forgettable, weird show they tried to trot out for 5 minutes, and Rosie did her show, and it was like a. So this is a moment
It's
where
that girl.
she
I've
gets
been a
fan
big
questions.
fan of both of them for years.
So Howard Stern, has that radio
Oh,
show,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
I
so
know,
he
sure.
would talk about me incessantly. As soon as my
Really?
show went on, oh, she's a pumpkinhead, she's gay, she's
She is.
whatever he
She
said,
is.
she's fat, she's gross.
Yes,
He
yes,
did
yes.
his thing.
True, true.
And he had so many followers. I mean, that man is the best that's ever done radio.
Oh, yeah.
But he
Oh,
terrified
yeah.
me, Marlo. And so I had Parker. He was a little baby. He was at pre-K, and he was every day talking about me on the air. And then Parker gets walked in with the cops. And I'm like, what the? One of his fans was on the way to Parker's school to kidnap him.
Oh, my gosh.
So now at this point, the panic level for me, it's beyond just making fat jokes and going through my garbage. My children's lives are being threatened, right? So Mia Farrow calls.
So why are you friends with him now? Stupid.
Exactly.
Why the fuck are you friends with him?
Because she got a serious radio show.
There you go.
Yeah, and said, I heard what happened. Can I please make amends with you two? I said, Mia,
He's been horrible to me. I don't know what I've ever done to him, but she said, Rosie, only 2 people stood up for me when I got divorced with the whole thing with Woody, you and him. And I know you're both from Long Island. I know you're the same. And
No,
I
you're
was
not.
like, so he called me at my studio.
Unless you're overweight lesbians with inappropriate facial hair, you're not the same as him, Rosie.
And this is like 98, 97. And he said to me, well, why are you? I said, you scare me. He said, and I said, you scare me, Howard. And I'm afraid of you. And men have scared me in my whole life. And you know what?
Angry lesbian.
He said, I'm sorry, and I'll never do it again. And for 2 years, he didn't.
Yeah.
And then about 3-4 years ago, I was touring with Cindy
Lauper.
And they said, Howard Stern to help the ticket sales. And I said,
like that's going to work.
Okay. And I did it from my house, but I was terrified. and I thought I have one rule. I'm just going to tell the truth. And so then we started to like click, and I've been on it. And he's
Shut up. Let me tell you about Rosie, that
fucking
twat.
Oh, Christ.
Fucking twat. She's an angry human being. I know I've told this story before. I think I actually just told it on the Irish Dude show that I just did. When the hell is that show coming out? When is that show coming out, Yuzi?
I haven't heard it yet.
I know, I keep promoting it. It was so good too, and I loved him.
I think Aquaman 2 is going to be out before this thing hits.
I think he only does one show a week, and it comes out on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. But I was telling him my classic.
His potato.
I was telling him my classic one Rosie O'Donnell story, which was that I was at a fundraiser. My company had purchased a table for a Kids R Us, Toys R Us fundraiser. And, we were 10 people at a table, and Rosie's table was right next to mine. And so me and my girlfriend were like, let's go over and say hi to her. And, we'll get her autograph or something, probably not autograph, just to tell her that we liked her or whatever. And so we go over to talk to her. And this huge bodyguard, like literally the size of a brick wall, just stands right in front of us. Nobody is to talk to Miss O'Donnell. And it's like, why? We just want to say hi. We're here. We paid just as much for our table as nobody is to talk to Miss O'Donnell. And she's sitting there stone faced, like straight ahead, not saying a fucking word, like just the twat that she is. And just didn't interact with anybody, didn't talk to anybody. She was there with one of her girlfriends at the time, and said nothing to anybody. And Michael Strahan was there too, and so was Donna Summers. Donna Summers was the performer, and super sweet, like just talking to everybody, super nice. And it's like, it's a small community of people that care about like children that would donate like $50,000 for a fucking table, and you're going to be like a twat to people that are at a event with you. Fuck her.
That's the spirit of charity and benevolence. Have your bodyguard intimidate the whole room. You
should have gone into your Captain Jackson and go, hey, Howard Stern says you're a fat pig.
Exactly. And then cut to I was flying out of Sarasota on JetBlue one time, and she had just had a baby with her girlfriend that she wound up marrying. Well, so maybe this is like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
She didn't have a baby. And so she was sitting there, and she was wearing the following. She was wearing like a muscle tee with a sweatshirt, with a baseball cap, and a pair of like jorts, and a pair of high top Converse.
Sexy.
Is that Kevin Smith or Rosie?
Sexy time.
Oh wow.
And her girlfriend or wife, whatever she was at the time, was actually kind of quasi attractive. And the baby was stunning, like a stunning child. A lot of people have babies and they're really fucking ugly, and you say, "Oh, it's so cute, so cute. Oh my god, you're so cute." But they're really not. This was a stunning child.
She had baby, so her private parts are like sleeve of wizard.
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, so even then though, and I was sitting directly across from her, and I was like, okay, I know that's Rosie O'Donnell. I never forget a face. So I didn't say anything to her. And like 2 people came up to her, and as soon as they said, "Oh, Miss O'Donnell," she was like, "No." Just like that. Just God. No.
Screamed at her, Monique. Rosie, you can't even fit between Michael Strahan's teeth.
Yeah, 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 you fleshy manatee.
Monique, I think I got it. I think you have a problem with the last name O'Donnell. You know, in a Deppening a couple weeks ago, we talked about we had some weird talk about MSNBC, and I told everybody you had a tryst with Lawrence O'Donnell on the
Fucking
street.
Lawrence O'Donnell.
Yes, it's you and
What
O'Donnell.
a cunt he was to me. He's a mean guy. Like,
and he wants to be this super liberal.
so many of these people are like super mean. And you know, you live in New York City, you really don't go up to people because it's just like, who cares? But when you do, they're mean. You know who's the really nicest? What's the guy's name from Breaking Bad?
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. He was
The
doing like
dentist.
LBJ or something on Broadway.
Tim Watley.
And I was
Tim
literally
Watley,
just
yeah.
walking. I was just walking Reacher, like around the block. And I was like, oh my God, Brian, love you so much. And he's like, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it. He was all by himself.
You know why,
just coming
Monique?
out of
Because he
the
got
theater.
famous late in life. He
appreciates it.
He appreciates
He
it.
appreciates it. He gets what it's like.
You left out the part where Reacher went, no!
Stop! I'll shit on him.
But Monique,
I
what was
like
the
it.
Lawrence O'Donnell story again? He was waiting outside at a club, and you just said, "I love your show."
Big fan of your show, and he just looked at me and literally ignored me to my face, like just stared at me and just like just turned his head away. And I'm like, bitch, I'm right here, like I'm literally in your face talking to you. Just looked at me. A Broadway comedy club, that's where he was. He was going to see like a friend of his, and he was with a guy too. He was like some chubby guy. Fuck.
You know who was really funny?
Nobody was worse than Joe DiMaggio, though. That was the worst ever.
Well, you know what's funny when I
could get Mr. Coffee out of him. Huh?
When I met
Kid, get the
Stuttering
fuck
John,
away from me.
When I met Stuttering John many years ago, he looks at me and goes, "You Mexican?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." He goes, "I'm Mexican too."
He's Puerto Rican.
He's not Puerto Rican.
And he's like, then he bummed a cigarette off my friend.
Idiot. Why does
I know.
Reacher have
Mexican? Yeah. Of course, I'm like a foot taller than him, so he's just looking up. You know, he's
Oh
trying
my
to be
God,
a homie.
easily.
Great memory in
Easily.
the chat. David brings up Carson Kressley when we saw him at that.
Oh my God.
Hugh Jackman was the opposite. Hugh Jackman was absolutely like a beautiful guy to you, and it was
Beautiful guy. But that was unexpected too.
super.
I don't really care about these people, to be honest with you. I don't really give a shit. But some are really just nicer than others, just the way it is.
You know what's really cool? Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee, really?
I've run into him on both coasts. He's a total bro.
Really?
Yeah.
But do you like
Oddly
him?
enough.
But wait, but why would you like a Tommy Lee and not like a Travis
Well, the
Barker?
first time I met him, I was like, I don't know, like 18 years old. My friend was working at the Marriott as an engineer. So we went up to the roof to smoke weed. And he was up there. I think that's when he was with Heather or Locklear, I think, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like a total bro. He's like totally cool. You know, we're just kids. He's like totally
But
cool.
why him
The
and not
second time I
Travis
met
Barker?
with him was at a club in New York, and he was with Pam, and he was a total bro then too.
There you go.
Is
Tommy
it the
Lee
dong? Is it the penis? Is it-
Tommy Lee went after Howard
He's
a couple
swinging
years
around.
ago when he was having fun with Heather Locklear. He was having Schadenfreude fun with Heather Locklear's problem.
I know. I just have the stupidest stories. I know.
Yeah.
Just Rush Limbaugh came and stole my cable and come over for some stuff.
Hey, John.
Are you a single gal?
Hey, John. One time,
Like, sir, I'm 16.
That doesn't matter in Missouri. Are
you know what was really weird, John? You remember who Aaron Foster was?
Yes.
I worked with him once, and he's like, "You Mexican?" I'm like, "Yeah, my mom's Mexican."
Who's this?
Aaron Foster.
Who's Aaron Foster?
He was a running back for like the Texans when they were good.
Ari.
It's just funny that that's like the move from these guys.
Monique,
Yeah, but you know what? You have like resting bitch face Mexican that would I would never approach you. Like I would never ever approach you ever. Like
Yeah,
you
I
would
guess that's the
actually like
move.
almost scare me because you're like such a big guy. Like, you know, you're like one of those people that you look up at like this too. You know,
He's
You
Benicio
kind
del
of-
Toro.
Hey, Mo.
I'm telling you, that's my
Yeah.
vision of.
Are you Mexican?
No, I'm Puerto Rican. Okay, so I have one more clip for the night, and then we're gonna wrap it up. So this one is Howard attacks Rosie. What is this about?
I
Howard
think this
attacks
is the
Rosie?
NRA Tom now the other clip you didn't play is when he attacks her in the studio. So this is the preamble to it. He's talking about Rosie and what her this is when like Columbine happened. So Rosie, rightfully so, is disturbed by the school shootings, and Howard's very like emo, pro Columbine shooting and stuff. And then he's also a badge money.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Shut up, Selena. Leave me alone. She said the extremes have to talk. I want to ask her why I think she's pro-gun. I think she's selling guns at Kmart. I still don't understand where the answer is on that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't mind you being anti-gun, but put your money where your mouth is and cancel that Kmart ad. She's referring to herself as we. Did you catch that?
She's as big as we.
I like the band. Yeah, she's as big as two people.
Maybe that's what she means.
Yeah, maybe she's being accurate. And then the band. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Monique?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, pause for a second. So this is a story that backs up exactly what you just said. This is a hairdresser telling what a See You Next Tuesday she was in the setting where people are getting there. So Rosie was impossible on the set. He's basically saying exactly what you just said.
See, Xavier, black but Puerto Rican. You know, I got my DNA results back a while back, and I was like, how much was it? Like 18% sub-Saharan African. Part of my Puerto Rican.
And 1/15
Yeah, but I mean, being from a geographical place has nothing to do with your DNA, your phenotype.
I just tan well. That's all I got.
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm only
Is this Howard?
You're on the air.
Hi, Howard, how are you? This is John McNeil. I was Rosie's hairdresser from August 1993 to October 12th of 94, and she is a royal bitch.
Wow, the fact that he remembers the exact dates like that is a little scary. You know,
Well,
he's
you know.
the same guy
Yes,
that
Beanie
was
Mac,
on
she's black.
TikTok today being like a total douchebag. So like everybody here ran into.
Very bad.
Well, hey, John, no offense. We don't know if you're really John McNeil. And
I can give you the number where I'm working at, whatever you're comfortable with.
I don't even know if you're really.
But we had a producer by the name of Lisa Randall, and every time she would walk by while I was doing Rosie's hair, Rosie sure enough would say, "Look at that ass. I would like to have a piece of it."
Well, I don't know.
100% like women.
Well, I don't know. Listen, I can't.
She hasn't been outed yet.
I got to say that I don't know if that's true or not.
This
That's
is
all.
the opinion of the caller.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're lying, but I don't.
Oh yeah, because it was a real stretch for Rosie to be in that sex movie Exit to Eden.
Exit to Eden, right?
Dressed in like dominatrix.
Was that the Dan Aykroyd flick?
Yes.
There was no way.
Dana Delaney.
The worst movie ever made. The worst.
That movie deserves a.
was rough, man.
That's probably played in hell over and over again. To torture you.
I couldn't whip Christina Brown's ass. She was so much bigger than me. I was a little girl. I was only in 4th grade. I mean, for fuck's sake.
She left back like 6 years?
David said in the other day, he goes, if Rosie O'Donnell was the one who taught Gary how to pitch, she wouldn't have been in that mess.
Jesus.
You know what? I hate Rosie. I hate everything about her.
She's just
I
fucking hypocrite, man.
detest her. I detest her with the
Remember
very
when she
fiber
thought
of my
that
being.
Tom Cruise was cute? Remember when she was still doing that shtick?
Ugh, please.
It's so bizarre that she's even, I guess, show worthy at this point, because she goes from The View and she kind of does these little drop-ins on these weird shows and little cameo appearances. But what exactly has she done since The View of noteworthy?
She did Grease for a minute, didn't she?
It's bizarre.
What did she play in Grease?
She did Grease. She did the "Look at me, I'm
she's obsessed with
me."
Yep.
Oh bullshit!
Stalker.
Yeah, she was that chick.
So,
on Broadway.
Dennis, did you finish listening to the show? Is that what it ended with?
I couldn't.
Rosie?
I literally when they said she was coming on, I just like, no, I will throw my radio through a wall. I can't. So I stopped.
I imagine Dennis has like a fully functional ejection seat from a jet. And he's like, I'm blowing the hatch, Goose. I'm blowing the hatch.
I literally didn't want to start
through his
drinking.
roof.
I didn't want to
Parachute
start drinking
deploys.
at 9:00 in the morning.
Dennis, you should listen to a Starmate, a serious Starmate, or a Stiletto.
Yes, I do, and I would have smashed it. I literally would have smashed it.
All right, let me just share this really quickly because I know how disturbed we all are about it. But this picture of Rosie.
Jesus Christ!
First
Why are
off,
you doing this to us?
first off,
No!
Photoshop. Okay, first off,
stop.
Photoshopped. Secondly, as I said in a thread at the time, this is Rosie on her best in her best year, on her best day ever.
That's
This
Comac,
is
Rosie O'Donnell.
this is as good. Look at her. She looks like a fucking Oompa Loompa. Does she not look like she should be at Wonka?
Oh,
Like seriously.
fuck.
Wasn't there an episode where Porky Pig dressed up like a girl?
Jesus Christ.
Didn't Gary
is
Marshall
like-
or Penny
Oh.
Marshall direct this, and that's how she got in?
Best day, best year, best ever.
Oh,
That's right.
still-
That is
This is Hollywood cronyism.
No
at its
Xavier's
worst.
dick. No.
No, I
no,
would definitely not
no.
fuck her with.
that
with
is
any-
a cure for
I
an
wouldn't fuck her
erection
with
lasting more than
Beth's
3 hours.
strap-on.
Sorry, ladies.
Oh,
she's
Jesus
taken.
Christ.
She's taken.
Oof.
We got a
Oof.
strike.
We get
Shaka-
your point.
Shaka Khan is a great point too. She actually had a personal trainer 24/7 to look like that.
Oh
That's as
my
good as it's
God, of
gonna
course
get.
she did.
Yeah, of course she did.
We may get a strike for bestiality with that thing.
Yeah,
Gary
Who would
Marshall.
hire her for that role?
Gary Marshall, Monique. You know
Gary
how the Penny
Marshall.
Marshall
Oh, was it?
cronyism they had? They were obsessed with she'd put her in everything. You know how they have to hire the same people over and over again, no matter how much it
you're
fits
so
the
right.
role? That's fucking Gary Marshall.
Oh, you're
Thank you,
so
Bill.
right.
Ugh.
Sweet Jesus on a swizzle stick.
Thank you for the 20.
Classic Beaverhausen.
Oh my God,
Beaverhausen.
thank you so much,
Thank you,
Sue
Sue
Monster.
Monster's
And by
the
the way,
best.
Sue Monster, you make the best comments on our
Yes.
YouTube, so I really
Ours
appreciate
too.
that. So thank you so much.
Yes.
I always do
Agreed.
notice them. So just in
Christ,
case you
my
think I
dinner's
don't,
coming
I
up.
do. All right, I guess we're gonna wrap up this shit show. It's only Monday and it's time to leave you. So we shall bid you adieu. Hopefully. Xavier, by the way, you're probably going to have to do this all week because, since
Sure.
I'm on my laptop.
Whatever.
this is-
Thank you,
as
chat.
long as you can handle it,
Every
I promise
show's
you,
a
I will put
fresh
them in order and I will number them.
Yeah.
and
Dewey Decimal System. We know.
Everything will be good, and we are
Gung-a-ding.
good, and we're gonna say. Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.